And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So Tennessee's offense will dial up the first ball plays in this one. And here's the always dangerous Mike Matthews. And you get the idea that he'll be keeping an eye on the kind of day his counterpart is having for their offense.
We've got two receivers playing in this game, two of the best in the entire country, two guys who had an opportunity to go to the next level, but they came back because they knew they had a chance to compete for a national championship. And now, David, we get this game where these guys are going to go head-to-head. They're seniors. They know the system. They have great chemistry with their quarterbacks, and they're ready to put on a show.
And if you don't think they're peeking over to the other side every time they're not on the field, you're...
Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
And listen to this crowd. On the opening play of the game, the defense picks up a huge sack and they force a negative play. And just imagine, David, being this quarterback for a moment. You were already facing a lot of pressure. You were already facing a great pass rush. And it just feels like a tidal wave of emotion putting you in a hole early in the game. It'll be interesting to see how this offense can respond.
Yeah, I'm looking over and I'm like, all right, let's run something safe, right? Like, that couldn't have gone worse to start this game. Interested to see how they respond. We can't just get pass happy, right, and put ourselves in a bad situation.
Snags it, and he's open. Past the 50. At the 30. He flips his field in an instant, and he's got him set up at the 20. The Volunteers in the hurry-up. Throwing, Underwood. And that's not the way they drew it up. It's incomplete. When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season? You know, the first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you're about so you can finish strong.
He's got it. And he was pushing for that goal line, but the D stopped him at the 2. And the Volunteers trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Great penetration by this defense, and they knock him down behind the line. A loss of 1. These fans raising the volume on 2nd and goal. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. Finding it tough to make positive yardage now. 3rd and goal from the 2. They'll try to blast their way in. He'll be stopped right there. They're backed up, 1st and 10 from inside their own 5, and they'll try to get this drive started. Looking for a gap, it's Henderson. That hole closed quickly. He'll get 1 out to the 6.
And you've got to think there's 11 guys on defense right now keying in on this running back. They've watched the tape. They've seen this guy gash defenses. He's scored a boatload of touchdowns this season. You're anticipating him getting the football here.
And obviously this guy's been hyped up, and we've talked about him in the Heisman race. What do you have to do? You got to finish strong. The voters are watching what you do at the end of the season. Awesome opportunity. Put together a 100-yard game last week. Put some stats up. Get a bunch of touchdowns. You know, really finish strong so you can get in that Heisman race and maybe go win that big trophy.
Makes the grab. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a 1st down. And the Gamecocks come to the line with a new set of downs. Here's Sellers to throw. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play.
Well, the offense is able to avoid disaster right there. Problem is they fumbled it, but thankfully they were able to jump back on and not have a turnover.
The Gamecocks now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. Drops back. It's Sellers. That's caught. It's Sellers. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the 1st down marker.
And that's better protection up front by these guys. You give up a sack the play before, you got to give your quarterback some time. They do. And another thing that I really like, guys, what he did right here, you don't have to take a shot. You don't have to get it all back in one play. Nice job getting it out of your hands and now making the third down very manageable.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. And the offense will stay on the field. Do you think they're just going to try to make the defense jump? The give on fourth. And he's brought down, but he picks up the first down, and the gamble pays off. And the Gamecocks kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Finds the tight end. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
I know he's got the height and weight of a tight end, but man, the way he runs routes and how good he is with the ball in his hands, it just reminds you of a wide receiver. He's so athletic. This is a guy that has a basketball background in high school, and you see it pan out. Every time he has the football, he just looks like the best athlete on the field. For a big guy, very, very unique.
Just not quite able to make the connection. It's incomplete. They'll need a bunch on second down. Pulls it. He'll pitch it. Picked up 4 yards, now looking at 3rd and 6.
It's a veteran defense. They've seen option before. They were prepared to see it in this game, and you're seeing it on that play right there. Everybody doing a great job with assignment football, staying in their gaps, accounting for anyone who can have the football. They were ready for the pitch guy that time, and they're able to make a quick stop.
Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. That'll be enough for the first down as they mark it down at the 31-yard line. The Gamecocks come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. Throwing, Sellers. Takes a hit as he fires. He's got an open man. He'll be pulled down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line as they play a little pitch, catch, and run. And the Gamecocks have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Backs looking for the goal line. Touchdown, Gamecocks. Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score. Backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, no problem.
When you start in the black zone inside your own 20 coming out, it's difficult. You can give up a safety. You get worried about that. The offense puts a great drive together. Great job executing. Great job getting a touchdown.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the PAT makes it 7-0. Precise, relentless execution on that 13-play scoring drive. You don't see this very often, an early onside kick when you have the lead. They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it. Knocked down in the backfield 2 yards behind the line. So the Vols offense takes the field to start this drive. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
And the Vols want to move quickly.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
Right back to it. Nice run to pick up his way for good yardage there. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Powers inside. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs. Let's take a look at how these quarterbacks have fared in the early going after the first period. And they've swapped into the field, and we'll get it going in the second. So after the break, they'll go back to work. They go play action. Bryce Underwood. He's going to run it. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there. The emotions and energy figure to be high all day, guys, because of what's at stake this late in the season. Really a must-win for both teams.
These are the ones that get your blood moving, Reese. You get jacked up, man. We don't have to say anything in the locker room, give these big speeches. You know what's at stake, Jesse. You're ready to rock and roll. This is when you prove you're the big dog.
Which is pretty cool, too, because it's been a long season. These teams obviously are both physically and mentally tired, but you're right. For this kind of game, this is the one you circled at the start of the year. You knew that this was going to matter. There was going to be a lot on the...
They got him, and down. They couldn't connect on that 57-yard field goal, and now they'll put it in play from the 40.
The thing I like about the slot receiver, he's really intentional in his route run. The quarterback always knows exactly where he's going to be on the field. They've got great chemistry together.
The Gamecocks come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. They make the tackle, but not before he picks up the first down.
Yeah, and it's so nice. Don't overthink it, right? Just hand it off, get the first down, new set of downs, let's go.
The offense has it now at the 48-yard line, 1st and 10. Quarterback changing the play. Sellers. Rushes on. And it's a sack.
And I think that time he was trusting his pocket awareness and his arm a little bit too much. You've got to remember, you're one of the best athletes in the country playing the position. If you see a crease, you just got to take off and get it.
It's 2nd and long now as this defense has some energy after that last set. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
Well, for this defense, finally, you're seeing pressure on the quarterback. They're outside the top 50 in sacks per game. They've been waiting to find some more consistent pressure to help them win games, and they're getting it in this game now. 3 sacks on the day. They're just simply winning and doing a better job executing up front at the point of attack.
They get to him as he throws. And the missed connection on 3rd.
It's been a
The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Snags it quickly on the left. Surged ahead for a couple there. It'll be 2nd and 8. The Vols racing to the line in the hurry-up. The handoff as they run the counter play here. Good blocking up front. Great job following it. He's got 6 to the 18. Now, they missed a field goal on the last drive, but pick up some yardage to at least get in range for their kicker. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. The Volunteers decide to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Cradles it at the 35. He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. As we check in with Holly.
Hey guys, down here on the South Carolina sideline, we are seeing history here today. The running back has continued to run strong today, and now he is the program's single-season leader. The sideline immediately went up in arms, yelling, screaming. They are so excited for their running back, and they will continue to ride his energy here today as he makes more school history. Guys?
Thanks, Holly. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. We've got a tight one, and they'll try to build on the lead before going to the locker room. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. The give to the back. Might have picked up a couple on that one before he was knocked down. They'll have to push the ball down the field here on 3rd and long. Got a little space. Past the 40. Lots of running room at the 20. Gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He was fighting for that end zone. The Volunteers will... Line getting set on 2nd down. From the gun, it's Gordon. That may not look like a huge run, but they'll take it as it gets him up to the 24. It's as if you're engulfed in a space odyssey. Williams-Brice alive on 3rd down. Tight coverage and an incomplete pass. The defense knocks it away and forces a 4th down. And the Volunteers will send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Not a lot of room to field this one. He gets a block. Really nice job all the way around. Got a few blocks, made a couple of moves, and a good return on that one before he's pushed out of bounds. Here's Sellers to throw. Escapes the pressure going right. And as he throws, it's picked off. 13th time he's done that this year. Breaks into the open. And a big return after the IN. They've got the big fellas out there. A 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground to start the 2nd half. Pass to 6. At the 45 on his way. And how much running room have they been able to find on the ground? Man, are they piling up some gaudy rushing stats.
We know this guy is in contention right now for the Heisman Trophy. And this late in the year, if you're going to bring that home, got to put up big stat games, right? Had over 100 rushing yards his last time out. He's doing it again today. He is turning it on late this season.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this 2nd half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
It's broken up. They took a shot, and he was equal to the challenge to knock it away. Just couldn't quite hook up on that last pass play. Now it's 3rd down. Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. Still running at the 35. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the 1st down.
It's a little demoralizing, too, I think, if you're on defense, because it looked like you had him, right? It's 3rd down. Everybody's getting ready for a big sack. They're pinning their ears back, trying to get upfield. You just can't make the play. Quarterback's able to escape. He doesn't get the 1st down, but nice yardage, so I'm curious to see what they do here on 4th.
And the gutsy call on 4th down, running the RPO, handing the football off, making the right read. You could tell they stuck it up in there and they got the 1st down.
Throwing Sellers. Can hold on in the face of the contact.
And both of these defenses, man, they've been so good. They've been physical. They've been great tackling, limiting explosive plays. But it's these type of plays right here, when it's kind of a 50-50, 60-40, where the offense has to make the play, the defense has been consistently winning in this football game.
And the Gamecocks come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. Out wide right, it's Henderson. That will be enough to move the chains and give them a first down in the red zone at the 14. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Sellers to the air again. Still looking. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
How about this defense coming out aggressive on first down? They're in the red zone. They're like, no, we're going to take the fight to you. Now setting up a 2nd down and long and putting them in a great position to be successful.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown! Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. Grabbed behind the line, it's Davis. Able to haul it in, but right to the ground he goes, only a pickup of a couple. And the Vols want to pick up the tempo. Running inside, it's Gordon. Breaks the tackle. And that first defender was just waving at him after that sweet move. He picked up the first down.
Great job by the offense, understanding where the sticks are. And look, they got the first down, and they're like, all right, let's crank this tempo up now. We got first down. Let's go fast.
Looking left. It's incomplete, and trust me, you will not see that very often from this guy. It's 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Got the first down himself. And the defense finally able to corral him at the 45. That will move the chains. Defense wants to bring the heat. Hand it to the back. And he got 5 yards on the play. 2nd and 5 coming. And here comes the offense on 2nd down.
The offense has a little bit of success on the ground, and they're up. Look at them. They're ready to go again. Back on the line of scrimmage, ready to run another play.
The run inside. It's Porter. Tackled almost immediately. Not a whole lot on that one. If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a 3rd down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. Right down the middle. Complete downfield. Touchdown Volunteers! Into the end zone. The Gamecocks offense heads out to see what they can put together here. Their lead now down to 14. Might feel a little game pressure on this drive. Play fake, Sellers. Unloads to the wideout. Finds a man in the middle. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line. The Gamecocks come to the line on the heels of that big pass play. Gain of 8 yards on the play. He's too short of the first down.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
On the option. Quick toss. Plows through the defense. And he's swallowed up immediately. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Following that run, we have a player who is shaken up. That is a sophomore offensive lineman down on the play, and we hope he's able to return soon. Ball at the 38. The defense will try to get a stop on 3rd and short. Oh, he's got some space. He now has 84 yards on the ground, and he has his eyes fixed on leading the nation in rushing.
And this guy's going to have to come through for you in this game. He picks up another first down, but he's your Heisman contender. He's the best player on your football team, and he's a guy that's just going to have to touch the ball a lot in this game if you're going to win.
And I think the biggest thing for this young man is we've seen him be so great all throughout the season. How do you finish? And how do you finish decides if you win that big trophy at the end of the year. He's in the Heisman running late in the season. I bet you he'll get a lot of touches today.
Oh, he was in the backfield immediately, a 3-yard loss.
And a lot of times the fit up front, you know, linebackers are fitting holes, and that ball bounces, and it's supposed to go somewhere, and sometimes it goes to a DB, and the offense will get a W. Like, they'll get a win because you'll break a tackle. How about the tackle by that young fella? I know he likes to cover, but I love the way he comes up and makes the tackle.
Couldn't quite get it into the end zone as he's run out of bounds at the 7. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. From the gun on 3rd down, Sellers. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. And the quarterback caught up 2 and 7. They're down to the 32-yard line on 1st and 10. Over the middle, complete to Wilson. Makes the catch, but goes no further, and it'll be a short pickup on that one. The Vols headed quickly to the line.
And this offense just hasn't found a way to kind of open it up. Like, they haven't found those explosive plays. It feels like the defense is kind of strangling them and staying really close to the line of scrimmage because of their lack of their big play ability over the top. This offense has to dial something up.
The Volunteers will line it up on 1st and 10. Underwood. Here comes the heat. Good job just to get rid of that one.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right.
And makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Vols!
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game day.
He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. Looking for a big play. A full dive to haul that one in.
Man, that's a tough play to make. When you're that far down the field and you're trying to control your body and run as you're laying out, that's a really great effort, really good concentration, and that is how you make your quarterback look really good.
That big play is just what they needed. Now they have it 1st and 10 just outside the 40. He'll be brought down quickly after a very short game.
You know, every running back thinks about the 100-yard barrier every time they take the field, and this guy, I know he's got it in his mind. He might be the only one in the stadium right now that knows he's got 97 yards rushing here in the 4th quarter. You know he is begging his coach just for one more carry to get that mark.
Then they'll line up from the 31 on 1st down. Sellers. Still looking to his right. Wide open downfield. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stopped. To have any chance in the world, this defense has to come up with a stop on 1st and goal. Moving the pocket, it's Sellers. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And this offense shows right away on 1st down. They're willing to pass down here. Does this soften them up a little bit for the run here on 2nd down and goal?
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Gamecock! Four wide out set, 2 on either side on 2nd and 10. The snap sets up to throw. Look out. And down he goes. And the Volunteers want to crank the tempo. Bryce Underwood from the gun on third down. Snags it on the right. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the... South Carolina's offense heads out to get this drive started. So that last touchdown made it a two-possession game, but if this offense can do its job, they can put this one away. Crosses the 30, he's got a lane. Touchdown, South Carolina! Play fake, Underwood. Caught behind the line. It's Gordon. Makes the grab, down immediately. He picks up a few. Long way to go on second down.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
Underwood from the gun on third down. Lets it fly. Goes high to pull it in. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown! And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. This second half hasn't been nearly as productive offensively as the first half. As a result, that big lead is no longer so big, and they need to get something going right now. Timeout called here on defense, so they'll have a couple remaining in addition to the 2-minute stoppage to try to maximize time and get the football back. And the Gamecocks with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. He's going to change things up against this defensive look. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And that's a really good job by this defense. A complete defensive effort. When the back end makes the quarterback hold the football a little longer than he wants to, and then the pass rush gets home, hits him, and forces the incompletion.
Now staring at a third down. Got an alley. Turning it on. He's got the first down. He's at the and he slipped through the crowd, and he'll have... Tennessee starts this drive as the offense takes the field. Here's Underwood to throw. Right side, it's Davis. Coaches talk about running with violence, running with bad intentions. That's what that looks like as he gets it up to the 32.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
They get him on the ground, but it'll be enough to pick up the first down.
Yeah, and David, you just wonder at this point, is it just too little too late? This is one of their best playmakers offensively, but they just haven't been able to get him going in this game. Big reason why they're losing.
Yeah, and the defense has done a great job understanding that. I got to take that guy away. That's priority number one. Understand it. Late in the game now, up by multiple scores. I'm playing my defense a little bit different. Can't give up the big plays. Time is on my side.
Gonna take a shot at this DB. And it goes through his hand. right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. Second and long here. Bryce Underwood to the air again. Fires to the wideout. And the shot to the middle of the field falls to the turf.
Got to give this defense a lot of credit because even down to the last seconds of this football game, we're seeing outstanding effort. QB taking a shot down the middle of the field. There's a defender swatting it away. They have had this quarterback's number all game long, and that's why they're winning this game.
Slings it downfield. Got a man in the middle. He was smelling that end zone, but they get him down at the 4 after the big pass play. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. Throwing, Underwood. Going for 6. Looking to the end zone, it's incomplete.
But that's a good job by this defense, man. You drop back, you play really smart, play sound. Understand, there's not a lot of field to cover, and they couldn't fit the ball in a window. Good pass defense.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Gordon. And he's in. They'll run this play from the pistol. Making the adjustment. They go play action with Sellers. Looking for a deep man. Got it in stride inside the 20. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here. The Gamecocks right after the huge play through the air back to the line. Takes the handoff. It's Henderson. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. The Vols will now use their final timeout. And now they are powerless to stop the clock with a timeout. Under pressure. Nowhere close up. As he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell in.
Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. Back to pass, it's Overton. Touchdown, Gamecock! First play of the drive comes from the 22. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Play action with Underwood. He's taking a deep shot. Intercepted, and that is the last thing they needed. Taking it the other way.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
Here's Sellers to throw. Rush right in his face. Makes a grab. Good throwing catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. And the Gamecocks come to the line in the hurry-up. Sellers from the gun on third down. And the Heat gets there. And they get him down at the 14-yard line. Timeout is called, and the clock is down to 8. Field goal unit's not coming out here, guys. I think they're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th and long. Looking for the marker. Finding some room. He never had a chance, never came close to converting that 4th down. Great job by this defense. And here we go. Final play of the game right here. To the air. It's Underwood. He wants a big play here late. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game. And the consolation prize there. He gets into the end zone. Won't win them the game, but at least a score as the clock hits 0. A clutch throw and catch from the quarterback and the receiver in the end zone for the touchdown.
And I tell you what, you want to get pressure on the quarterback. In these situations, you drop so many guys back deep. But as a defender, you're not trying to catch the ball. You're trying to spike that thing as hard as you can into the ground. The defense has to do a better job, but the offense makes the big play, gets the huge Hail Mary.
What a show both of these teams put on today. Couple of outstanding squads, hotly contested battle all the way to the very end.
Yeah, we came into this one expecting this to be a back-and-forth battle. We knew it was going to go down late into the fourth quarter. At the end of the day, the higher-ranked team, David, they were really able to lean on those playmakers and that leadership they've got in the locker room.
Yeah, and now I think even more so, you're starting to believe in them. They're battle-tested. This team they find a way to get things done. That's why they're ranked where they're at. And I expect this team to stay in contention for the college football playoff because they're proving week in and week out they're a really good squad.
That's going to do it for us here. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.